Hi everybody, welcome to Dandelion Cottage. I'm Leslie Watkins and this is Marvelous Monday. So I hope everybody's had a great weekend. I know there were a lot of graduations because I was at a virtual graduation party this weekend. It was a lot of fun. We social distanced at 6 or more feet apart on a patio where we all watched a big screen TV and saw the announcements made by the deans of the colleges and universities. And it was a lot of fun. It was good to see people after after such a long time, but it was definitely a first. And so I saw a lot of people posted similar events. So I hope you all had a wonderful time. Today I've got something that I'm following up on with the last shadow box Facebook Live I did. So I'm going to show you how to make a sturdy support for it. And as I was working out the details on this, I had a great idea for a Father's Day impromptu class. So I'm going to fill you in on the details for that in just a minute. But just remember that in order to get all the information for the class listings, you must be subscribed to my newsletter, which is called Notes from Dandelion Cottage. And the way you do that is very easy. Just go to my website, dandelioncottagedesign.com, and subscribe to Notes. And in a couple of days, once I get all the details worked out, I'm going to send out a special announcement for a bonus class. It's going to be based on this card. So this is the one that looks something like this. Oops. Here we go. Shadow box. I'll give you a better view in just a minute. And I've actually expanded on it. So I think it'll be of interest to all of my students, whether you are a watercolor student, a paper crafting student, someone just getting started, or a seasoned stamper that just wants to add to your toolbox of techniques. I think you're going to love this. So please subscribe. You're going to have to do so fairly quickly because in order for the information to get out in time for Father's Day, I need to do that a little bit ahead of time because Father's Day is June the 21st, so we have a short schedule, and some of the shipping has been delayed, so I don't want to mess that up. So I'll get into that in a minute. But let me post you down. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so this is the prototype that I did of the shadow box that I showed you last time. Okay, and this is the one that I actually made for you on camera. And what we're going to do today is add this sturdy support system so that you can actually prop this up on a desk or a shelf and not have to buy one of those easels, those little wooden easels. So this way you can do this right at your craft desk. And here's a little sample of a practice watercolor I did when I was working out my composition. And this is the sort of thing that we're going to be doing in both the watercolor and the painting with ink class, because regardless of what medium you choose to work in, the principles are the same. And I'm going to be reviewing the fine art principles that apply to landscape painting. So it'll be a very valuable lesson regardless of what medium you're working in. So that's just a quick little thing. I have someplace here some notes. Now I was like I said, I just hatched this idea a couple of minutes ago. So basically, in order to stay on schedule, Father's Day is June the 21st. So for me to get the class set up and to get everybody registered in time, you need to register by May the 25th. Okay, so register by May the 25th in time for Father's Day, which is June the 21st. Now, this project does not have to be a Father's Day project. It doesn't even have to be a masculine project. This is good for anybody that you know that likes the beach or likes sailing, or you just want to make something beautiful. So really, don't think that this is just limited to Father's Day. There are much more applications for it. Now, I haven't worked out every single detail, but regardless, you're going to have to subscribe to Notes first, because that's the only way that I can communicate with you. And the way you do that, and here's my website address again, dandelioncottagedesign.com, you need to subscribe by Notes. And when you do, you will be getting in your mailbox a listing for this special bonus class. And what it's going to look like is something like this. So basically, the class is going to be free with the tools that you'll need to make the shadow box kit, and it will be an order-based class. So basically, you will get a host code or a class code, and you're going to use that to order the supplies that you need. Now, that's if you're somebody who is just starting out, okay? Now, if you're already a stamper and you have a lot of tools, excuse me, and you also have this, stamp set, which is Sailing Home, and the dies, which is Smooth Sailing, then you can get the just the watercolor painting with ink class video for just $35. If you join my design team, you're eligible to get all of my class videos for free when you sign up. And the way you do that is you sign up both for Stampin' Up! And my design team, and that entitles you to $125 worth of supplies that you get for just $99. This is a really great deal, and it sets you up for all of my instruction. And you will get a 20% discount that you can apply to getting whatever extra you may want. Okay, and then of course the people who are already on my team, you get everything for free. One special thing to note. So today is May 18th. If you decide to get the bundle, which is the stamp set plus the dies, you can get them together until the end of May at a 10% discount. But after June 3rd, when the new catalog comes out, it's no longer available as a bundle. You'll be paying full price for each of these things separately. Okay, so that's something else to keep in mind. An extra 10% off. All right, so that's a lot of business. I know you didn't come here to hear all that stuff, but for those of you who are interested in taking this class coming up, you're going to need to know this information, and I will make it much more clear when I post the listing in your mailbox. Okay, so just bear with me while I get all the details worked out. But that's the overview, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a great project. So for today, I'm going to use my trimmer, and I'm going to just show you how I made the support for the shadow box. This is really easy, really sturdy, and you're going to be able to use it in a lot of different ways. But for this particular type of thing, it works perfectly. This is not going to go anywhere, okay? This is really sturdy. The wind's not going to blow it. Nobody's going to bump it over. So, I have couple of pieces of cardstock here. So I've got crumb cake and very vanilla. Of course, it could be anything you like. When I did this prototype, I used Pretty Peacock for the beautiful blue shadow box. If I were making a stand for this box, I would use Pretty Peacock to match that. And then I'm using the Very Vanilla because I like the way that looks with the watercolor paper. It blends in nicely with it. It just gives it a little softer feel. Okay, so this piece is 9 inches. Let's just open this up so everybody can see. Okay, so that is 9 inches by 4.5, and this, you can make adjustments to this. I like this size because I think it just fills out the back nicely. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to score this at 4.5, not cut it like I'm about to do, no. Score it at 4.5. Uh-oh, something's wrong. What did I do? I missed my mark. Hang on, folks, let me redo that. There we go, 4.5. If you happen to do that, just take your bone folder and rub that line out that you didn't mean to do. Okay, very simple. Okay, so there's our 4.5 tent. And then I have a piece of cardstock. This is 5 by 2.5. And I'm going to score this first on the 1/2 inch, and it's easier to do this to the right side of the trimmer. So I'm scoring a 1/2 inch there. Okay, and then I'm going to score it again at 2.5. I'm going to flip it over and do a 1/2 inch on the other end. Okay, so you get something that looks like this. I'm going to just fold it in the middle and then fold these little flaps up so you get a little V shape with flaps. Oh, one last piece. Forgot about this one. So here's a piece of Very Vanilla, and this measures 3 3/4 by 4. And this is just a place for you to put your message. So let's just get that adhered down. If you want, you can stamp this. So just to give you an idea, it's going to be slightly longer landscape-wise. So all I did here I'm just taking the smaller sailboat image and my balmy blue ink, and I just put this in the lower right corner, like so. There's my sailboat. And then I grabbed my seagulls, and for the seagulls I'm going to stamp off. So here is stamping off on the scrap paper and then just putting them in the upper left-hand corner. Now, On my shadow box, I did do a little bit of sponging just to give it that sort of nautical effect. So I'm just going to take some of my crumb cake ink and I'm just going to go around the edge. And that will help this little backing to relate to the rest of the card. And so now you can go ahead and write your message to your recipient. Say whatever you want to say here. Now we're going to glue it down. So I'm just using the multi-purpose liquid glue. And I'm just going to center that on the back of the card. Like so. Give that a quick burnish. Make sure that the glue is spread out nicely. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is I'm going to take my V with flaps and I'm going to add some tear tape to those flaps. And I'm going to put that close to the score line. Just like that. Okay. Peel the backing off. Give it a little rub. That helps it to stick down better. Okay. Now, you want to take your flap and fold it back on itself and just get that centered at the edge of your card like that. Okay, and then this is going to fold in on itself like so. Peel your other backing strip away. Just turn the card over, and now you have this sturdy support that's going to hold it opened exactly where you want it. All right, now all you need to do is glue that to the back of your card like so. Okay, and that's going to give you a really, really nice support that you can collapse and put away, and then you can display it wherever you like. Okay, so this is a nice little easel support. You'll see me using this for a lot of upcoming projects, and it's going to be particularly useful when we do this. In the class, we're going to cover a lot of things. So you're going to learn how to make the shadow box itself. You're going to learn how to paint in watercolor or ink to create this background. You'll learn how to make the support. You'll get some ideas for decorating the front with these sort of dimensional 3D effects. And I'm going to further elaborate on all of those things, and you'll have a full supply list and all of the measurements and the item numbers for all of those things that you'll need to complete the project. So once again, the way to get it in on the class is to subscribe to notes at dandelioncottagedesign.com. Do that today. Do it as soon as possible. And I will send you all of the information about the class so that you can register by May 25th. Okay, so that's coming right up. That is just a week away. So, so if you think you want to do this, you're going to have to move kind of fast. And I apologize for that, but with all the shipping delays and everything else, I really think that's the only way we're going to be able to ensure that you get everything you need in time. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Make something gorgeous. Stay in, stay safe, and stay creative. And I'll see you again soon. There will be a Watercolor Wednesday at 12 noon right here. And I can tell you there's a ton of stuff popping in the garden. So I might have to do more than one specimen just to try to capture all the stuff that's going on out there. So thank you again, and I'll see you soon. All for now. Bye.